Mainly I concentrate on ETL testing, and this is the core statistics. Daily for 30 days, it is a course period based, so it minimum 30 SQL queries I can give you regularly, so that you should complete those 30 SQL queries regularly in daily. And I can also tell you about this knowledge on manual and database testing. And here I am going to start about what is meant by data warehousing, and what is the differences between OLTP and DWH. And data acquisition means from these part on boards, the main ETL will be start. So before that, these two parts will come under data warehousing and data mining, how the data is coming from different sources to staging to target table, staging to different types of target tables. And DWH lifecycle architecture, and these two are the main important queries for everywhere in the corporate industry if you are in the field of technology. So without count and minus, it is really a hard work process for the tester to move forward in the testing domain. And there are similar types of designs called data marts and its design. We had two types of designs in data mart, called dependent data mart and independent data mart. And schema flows, different types of schemas like star schema, snowflake schema. So here star schema, snowflake schema is a very simple concept. Just if we had the idea about fact table and dimension table, if you know what is mean by a fact and dimension, means we are very much clear about these two schemas, star schema and snowflake schemas. And here we have SCDs. We have SCDs in three types: SCD type 1, type 2, type 3. And SCD means slowly changing dimension. In here, SCD is also just like which maintains the historical data. SCD type 1 means the data would be overwrite in type 1, and type 2 means it provides the historical data, means existing record will be there, and current historical data will be there. And type 3 will maintain a date part, and we have a flag will be maintained in the table, and a version log will also be maintained in the table for type 3. And moving forward, the overall ETL tool architecture, here I will guide you everything about Informatica Power Center. This is the designer, workflow manager, and workflow monitor. Where in designer, in real-time scenarios, what was an ETL tester will do in Informatica Power Center designer. Here we will take the table architectures, the source table architecture, target table architecture, the mapping architecture, the parameter files, everything we can take from the designer part. And moving forward to the workflow manager, here in this Informatica workflow manager, we have the workflows. These workflows will be located one repository. This repository located into different types of folders. Each folder will contain multiple workflows. Every workflow will contain multiple sessions, and every session will contain multiple mappings. So this is a tree structure model, this workflow designer. Here we will check out the workflows, what a tester would going to be do. There he just performs a workflow testing by just pulling or dragging and drop the workflow in the workflow IDE. There, if you just right click on any workflow, just start workflow, means the workflow will be start. Here just workflow manager itself, what we can easily identify and justify that workflow managers. It was just can be handled in this mainstream. And third one is workflow monitor. Whatever the workflow which we ran in this workflow manager will move forward into the workflow monitor. Here we monitor the workflow, whether the workflow is in succeeded or failed or in progress. If it is succeeded means we can take the table details, the source table and target table details, what are the applied rows the table has done, and what are the affected rows the table has done, what are the rejected rows table has done. Everything can be applied here. And moreover, this Informatica workflow monitor can also maintains a log structure. It is called the session log. Means Informatica mainly depends upon the workflow session only. So every session will maintains a log. Um, Teja and Pritam, are you clear about this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, please hold me whenever you are not clear. Okay.
Okay.
And here also some important ETL tool components, just like the reporting that what we are going to do. The report testing like SAP Boxy testing business objects 11 is XI stands for 11 in Roman. Boxy reports testing, Cognos testing. We have similar reports like Vika reports testing like that. So there are different types of ETL tool and components here. And the testing functionality for transformation rules, like sample loading from source to target, sorter, filter, router, joiner, and union transformations. So these transformations, when this transformation comes into the scenario, that should be get clear good clarity on this part. So whenever we are going to test the data from source to target means, if it is a one-to-one mapping means these transformation rules not required. If it is not a one-to-one mapping, and the input and output of a column, every table will have columns and every column will have an input and output. The input should directly flow to the output. That is one-to-one mapping. If input is not directly flowing to the output, it is going through some another column ID, then it is called, for every column we have two rows will be generated. One is for input and another is for output. So this first column input is the output for the second column output. Okay, means in the scenario the transformations will comes into the picture. There we can perform the different types of transformations. And moreover, we have another transformation called UDF, user defined function transformations, can also be developed, but that is the most consideration part from the developers end. And next is ETL testing techniques and process, the schedulers, types of loads, and control framework. What are the types of loads we are doing, which type of load, whether it is full load or partial load. It is a junk load of data loading to source. And schedulers, what types of scheduler we are implementing on Informatica. And a control framework, what is this control framework, why we are implementing this control framework, what are the tables located into this control framework, what happens when we run those control tables in the database. Everything can comes here. And next is Teradata introduction and the Teradata basic concepts. Means whatever the tester can should have the knowledge. So that knowledge definitely I will give you on this Teradata. And I will here also I can also cover the maximum basic to minimum Unix commands explained for the testing level. So basically we most of all works all the time for PWD, the present working directory, ls command, ls-l command, the searching the word using grep, word count. So how to unzip the file by using gunzip command. So all these stuff will be comes under this picture. And here also, here I will provide you another thing for why ETL testing and how the ETL testing markets in regular daily basis and in a weekly basis, what is happening in the current industry, and what are the career opportunities that you have, and what is the next level of ETL testing. Why, if you are done with ETL, so what is the next upgradation for you from ETL point of view. Suppose if you had knowledge on C, so what is next CPP? So what is next Java? So if you are good in Java, so what is next in Java? Okay, we would like to learn Teradata. What is next Teradata? Okay, big data. So that is like it is a ladder process for everything. So after ETL, so what is the process? Okay, ETL was done. Oh, I am now a Teradata tester. Okay, now I am a Hadoop tester. So different types of testing dimensions we have, and SQL queries from basic to high level. And folks, this is one of the major stream that I was really concentrate from my end, the SQL queries from basic to high level, and daily 30 SQL queries I will give you. So those 30 SQL queries should be executed from your side, and moreover, definitely I will help you. I will also show the output for those 30 SQL queries, but before showing my output, I will receive your output. This is the must and should prerequisite, and my it's a condition from my end that you should definitely work in SQL Server. B means if you don't know idea on SQL queries or subqueries or correlated subqueries, so learning this ETL is just for a time sake. So I don't want that from you guys. This is very much a very strict process from my end. I will uh, daily sit with you in the in the session what we are allocated at that time. I definitely look into this one. And next is and I will provide the soft copy of course material and the SQL server. And moreover, I will give you the I will give you the very detailed, clear architecture of ETL testing, how the outside corporate industries or IT companies is handling, is performing in in the ETL testing. And I will also definitely give you the interview questions from my end for you to clear the interview rounds. Definitely, you can easily get minimum 7 questions out of 10 questions. That is a definite thing I can definitely tell you. So that is one of the major process. But before all the conditions, that is very much mandatory and required from my end is you should do a minimum 30 SQL queries. If 30 is not possible, at least 20 SQL queries should be executed from the from your end. Okay. Teja and Pritam, are you clear about this?
Yeah.
Oh, please hold me if you are have any doubts. Okay.
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 Yeah.
So after that, now I'm moving into the this part of ETL testing. So before starting the ETL testing, I would like to know you about the database. Just a second, I am sharing my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. This is the data warehouse architecture. Before this, I would like to tell you about something about database. So what is mean by a data? Basically data, it can be a textual information, or it can be an images, sounds, video. So everything which can be able to store in the database, that could be a data. So that is a major thing. Actually it is recorded through computers and kept in a stored media. What we call that stored media is called repository. That is the one where we locate all the data for data to what we would like to retrieve by using the queries. And what is mean by an information? Means whatever the data that was processed from the persons, means from the customers, that could be stored and kept in one particular repository to increase the knowledge of the person who is going to use the data. Means whatever the data the customer is using and whatever the data that what he like to receive, that to increase the knowledge of the person, we use the that we use the data. Means that could be called some part of the information from the database. And what is a metadata? Means that can easily say it is data about data. But means what is meant by data about data? Means here it describes the properties of data, the characteristics of data, and what are the attribute it is located, it is existed for that data. Everything can be happen. Some of the properties we can have like data structures, data definitions, constraints. All these types are comes for this metadata. Okay. But there are some more database approaches also for us. We like EDM, we can easily say, which is called enterprise data model. In this enterprise data model, it can shows the high level entities of an organization and the relationship among those entities. That is the very ground level point. The high level entity for the organization and the relationship among those entities, it was called EDM, what we call as enterprise data model. And for that what we would like to approach, we like to approach called database applications. Means what is meant by a database application? What it will be do, it will set the related programs which is used to perform a, an equal database activities on behalf of database users. Means instead of doing the some part of the data communication between the user and the machine, you be a user and the database server, a database application will be always runs. What it will do, it is used to perform is equal database activities. What is the equal database activities? What is regularly we do, it is called database commands. What is called as DDL, DDM, DCL, and TML commands, TCL commands. So create, read, update, delete, insert, select. All these part of the systems will be part of all these queries will be comes under this stream. So here this is the, so that is about basically why and when we use those commands. Obviously for if you would like to retrieve the data, means obviously people will say it is a DML command, it is a select. But why we are before that, why we are selecting that data, why we are selecting that command? What will happen if we are selecting that command? If a person would like to select star from table name, means how a database is able to pick that one. How is database retrieving only that exact particular table? Everything can be processed by the database application only, which is not possible by manual, could be done by the application itself. In those scenarios only, these all commands will come into the picture. And this is the architecture of data warehouse. Here we have 4 layers: presentation layer, DM layer, integration, staging layer. So basically this is the main part. staging layer, and before that this is called source layer, source systems. For every database data warehouse, it was located from different types of data sources. Very simple language, we have four things. One is data sources, next is staging tables, third is operation tables, OLAP or OLTP servers, which is gone handle, and the fourth one is target tables, and the final one is reporting. All these five things will comes into the picture at the while performing the testing on data warehouse. First is data sources, means here the source systems. What is the source systems? See here different types of source systems we have, means SQL is one data source, Teradata is SQL is one data source, Teradata is a data source, and Netiza, it is a data source, Oracle is a data source. So different types of data sources we have. From these different types of data sources, data will comes and whole we retrieve the data from all the sources, and we kept that whole data into one location. That location is called staging table. Staging table which holds all the data from different types of sources into that location. After that, what will happen in the staging area? Data was extracted to different types of references, whether it is a real-time data or it is a non-real-time data. In real-time data means what it will be happen, and non-real-time data means what it will be happen. Non-real-time data means, suppose if we have a fact table and a dimension table. Before knowing about this non-real time, you should get some idea about what is meant by a fact table and dimension table. So if we know that, the process will be definitely very, very easy. So what is a fact table? Fact table which holds only the measurable values. It stores only the integer type of data. The dimension, it contains different types of keys from dimension table, and it is always a normalized data. Okay. See, I will show you the picture here. What is the process of the fact table? See guys here, star schema logical structure. Actually, it is a fact table, and here we have different types of tables, different types of data in the column, and it is having 4-dimension tables. Okay. Now I am going in depth. See, here fact table means different types of data is having. Here geography underscore dim, product underscore dim, customer underscore dim, time underscore dim. All these four are dimension tables, and every dimension table will have a code, a unique ID. Day code, geography, employee code, product code, customer code, sales code, location code, like this. All these codes will be kept into this one location. It is called fact table, means it contains only the normalized data, only the integer part of the data. It won't store the descriptive data, and values will be always numeric or integer data. And also this is geography table, geography dimension table. This employee code is located into this fact table employee code also, means for this table and this table there is a foreign key relationship between these two, and similarly between these two, means fact table can also contains the foreign key relationship with the dimension tables. So okay, here this fact table will segregate it into different types of facts. In those different types of facts, we have two types of fact tables. One is semi-additive, another one is factless fact table. So it is a semi-additive means only some part of data is clubbed with the dimension table and put into the fact table. And factless fact table means here it won't store any fact data. So that is the main point. Means here it have only product key and the date key. Only those two it can be handled there. And also it stores the data of charts, some mp3 extensions, some table value extensions. All these junk value data also will be stored. Those type of junk values will be located into the non-real time will be located into the non-real time sessions. Okay, please wait, I'm sharing my screen here. See, here from the staging, data is moving to non-real-time partition. All these factless fact table will move into this non-real-time partition. For this only, now I have told you about fact table and dimension table. In that fact table, there are two types of tables, semi-additive table and factless fact table. In this data, it is not it stores always data about these charts, pivot tables, mp3 extensions like mime extensions. Everything will be located in this table. So that's why to get you idea about on this table, I have explained you about this one. To move for that the data will be moved into this non-real time. So that's why I have shown you those screenshots to get idea what is the data move into this real time, non-real, near real time partition. And this is called data warehouse. Core data warehouse means here it is the integration layer. From this integration layer, what it will be happen, it will be happen the data into two ways. One is distribution area, another one is derivation area. What it will, these two schemas will do, it will segregate the data, distribute the data to their distributive clusters. For example, if I take the organization as a software, let us take one corporate industry as an organization. In that we have payroll is one, or payroll we have an organization, finance we have organization, admin we have an organization, and dev we have an organization, and some cultural activities there is one organization. Like that, different types of organizations is located for different types of organizations are located into one single one single tree. That tree was separated with different types of branches. So those are called data marts. If it is a data warehouse, this is, if it is IT data warehouse, this is admin data mart. This is finance data mart. This is payroll data mart. This is admin data mart. Like this, data will be kept into this data